Hello, softball fans, and welcome to the Waco ISD Athletic Complex for a crosstown softball matchup between the University Lady Trojans and the Lady Lions from Waco High. I'm Lark Smith along with the Waco ISD crew to bring you the play-by-play story of this final game of the regular season. For both teams, the Waco Lions will not see any postseason action. The University Trojans, with a win tonight, will continue on in the postseason as they could finish in either third or fourth place in District 18 5A. So a lot on the line for the Lady Trojans tonight. Waco High comes in with a record of 5-22 on the year. They are winless in 11 tries in district play. University 12-11-1 on the season and 5-6 in district action. Give you the starting lineups first for the visitors from Waco High. They'll lead off with their pitcher, number 11, Christiana Hernandez. Batting second will be the shortstop, number 4, Mariah Mason. Batting third at third base, number 7, Natalie Rodriguez. In the cleanup spot is the catcher, number 1, Yashira Jackson. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 2, Ashton Phillips. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 5, Jaden Graham. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 12, Taylor Torres. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 10, Icy Anderson, and batting ninth is the center fielder, number 3, Alyssa Cervantes. Karen Ramirez, the head coach for the Lady Trojans, has filled out her lineup card this way. Leading off is the shortstop, Ariana Perales. Batting second, the left fielder, Angel Ortega. Batting third is the second baseman, Rebecca Fajardo. In the cleanup spot, third baseman, Veronica De Los Rios. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Destiny Guerra. Batting sixth in center field, Mercedes Luna. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Kaylin Estrada. Batting eighth, doing the pitching, Bailey Short. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Alexis Cervantes. So Bailey Short on the mound for University. This will be her 14th appearance of the year, 3 wins, no losses. She has tossed 48 2/3 innings this year, allowing 50 runs, 43 of those earned off of 88 hits. She has walked 29 and struck out 19. An earned run average of 6.18 for the left-hander Bailey Short on the hill for University. Christiana Hernandez will lead it off for the Lady Lions. Batting from the right side against Short. First pitch is a little high for ball 1. High school softball is a 7-inning affair. Could be shortened on 2 different run rules. If a team is ahead by 15 after 3, then the game is called off on the run rule. Next pitch is down. I call the strike. 1 ball and 1 strike according to our home plate umpire. Then it goes to a 10-run rule after 4. Waco High on Tuesday played Bryan here and was run ruled in 3 innings. Next pitch is swung on and missed. University in their last outing, an 8-7 winner over Brian Rudder. Put them in position to make the postseason with a win tonight. Short ready with the 1-2 pitch. It's up high and Hernandez will lay off of it. Defensively for University on the infield, De Los Rios at third base, Morales at shortstop, Fajardo the second baseman, and Guerra is at first. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch, right in the heart of Main Street and taken for strike 3. Hernandez out looking at strikes. 1 gone, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Mariah Mason.
Mariah Mason.
An unusually calm day out here at the Veterans Complex. When Waco High played here on Tuesday, the wind was blowing out at about 40 miles an hour. It's down to about 15 tonight. First pitch to Mason is a bit high for ball 1. Waco High baseball team is on the road at College Station tonight. College Station, the 8th ranked team in the nation, as in the state, excuse me. And the Waco Lions have a 1-0 lead over College Station in the top of the 3rd inning down at College Station. Next pitch is down low. 2 balls and no strikes on Mariah Mason. Short looks into the dugout, gets the sign from the head coach. Delivers a pitch low. And it's 3-0. In the outfield for University, you got Angel Ortega in left field, Mercedes Luna, the center fielder, Alexis Cervantes in right field. Cervantes is over toward the right field line. That pitch is at the knees on the outside third. Take the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. One pitch, same spot. Catches that outside third. So after getting behind Mason 3-0, Ford gets a couple over the strike zone. Here's the payoff. On the ground, first base, past the first baseman Guerra into the right field corner. Good job by the right fielder Cervantes to get to it in foul territory and hold Mason to just a single. Normally anything hit inside the bag like that is at least 2, if not 3. So Mason is aboard with the first hit of the game. And here's Natalie Rodriguez. She's playing third tonight for head coach Lynn McNeil, her first year taking care of the softball program at Waco High. First pitch fastball taken in the heart of the zone for strike 1. One pitch taken low, a snap throw down to first base, but standing back on the bag is Mason ahead of the tag. Artificial playing surface here at the softball diamond. First year for the artificial turf. Looks good, feels good. Next pitch is a bit low. 2-1 to count. Artificial turf cuts down on a lot of the maintenance and also helps you with rainouts. High fly ball to left field. Under it, though, is the left fielder Ortega to make the catch for out number 2. Mason stays at first base. With 2 outs, now here's the catcher, Yashira Jackson. There are 2 softball fields part of this complex. Just behind the first base dugout, there's a warm-up game going on between College Station and one of the schools from Keller. First pitch hacking is Jackson. She sends a fly ball that's caught by the second baseman at the edge of the outfield cut for the third out to retire the side. So Waco High in the first gets no runs on 1 base hit. No University errors and 1 runner left on base. At the bottom of the first, Waco High nothing and University coming to bat. Senior night for the home team Lady Trojans. For the game, they honored their 5 seniors: Ariana Perales, Rebecca Fajardo, Destiny Guerra, Alexis Cervantes, and Angel Ortega. And 3 of those young ladies will continue playing softball at the collegiate level. Morales has signed a scholarship to play softball at Lamar in Beaumont. Meanwhile, Rebecca Fajardo and Destiny Guerra are going to stay here in town and play for Manuel Ordonez at McLennan Community College. Coach O's got a good program going on at MCC. Has his team in second place in the conference standings to this juncture, and I think they only have maybe 1 more week in the regular schedule before they have their Region 5 tournament. Set Waco High for you defensively. In the outfield, from left to right, you have Taylor Torres in left, Alyssa Cervantes in center field, and Icy Anderson was scheduled to take care of right field, but I see a different number out there. So that's the way it was written on the lineup card. On the infield, you got Natalie Rodriguez at third, Mariah Mason at shortstop, Jaden Graham at second base, and Ashton Phillips taking care of first. Shira Jackson doing the catching, and Cristiana Hernandez is on the hill. Got a number 12 out in right field, but I don't have a name for a number 12. Oh, that's Taylor Torres. Okay. All right, so we got them backwards. Icy is in left field and Taylor's in right field. Ariana Perales leads it off for University. Here in the bottom half of the first. Has the best average on the team for the Lady Trojans with a .543 batting average. Hernandez with a big smile as she delivers the first pitch. It slips out of her hand. 1 ball and no strikes. False start here for Hernandez. Now we're ready with the 1-0 pitch. That's up high. 2 balls and no strikes. These teams met early in the year, back on March the 27th. Fly ball out toward Torres and right. She comes running in and will make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Angel Ortega, the left fielder.
Now batting number 9, Calista Luna.
Well, take that back. Starting lineup I got had Angel Ortega hitting in the second spot. It's going to be Luna batting in the 2-hole. She watches the first pitch up high for ball 1. Next pitch misses low and away. Hits this one on the ground, third base. Rodriguez, no chance whatsoever to get the out. Luna is aboard.
Now batting number 2, Rebecca Fajardo.
Brings up Rebecca Fajardo. First pitch, Fajardo is inside, off with the pitch. Is the runner, and she'll slide in head first safely with no throw. Next pitch high and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Fajardo hitting .423 for the Lady Trojans. Stays off the high inside pitch. .30 pitch. Called a strike on the inside corner at the letters. Fajardo lines a shot toward left field, and Icy Anderson has it drop out of her glove. Coming around third, and scoring the first run of the game for University. Luna and the Lady Trojans have a 1-0 lead on the error in left field that allows Fajardo to move down to second base.
Now batting number 10, Veronica de los Rios.
Brings up the third baseman, Veronica de los Rios. Second best batting average on the squad with a .439 average. Hits the first pitch she sees, past the shortstop into left field. Anderson gets it back in quickly. on the throw. The batter runner will go down to second base. They'll give De Los Rios a single. Mover to second on the throw. Fajardo stops at third base. 2 in scoring position with 1 out for Destiny Guerra. Guerra gets a hit about 1 every 4 trips to the plate. Watches the first pitch on the inside corner just above the knees for strike 1. 1-0 our score here in the bottom of the first for University out in front. 0-1. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, also up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. These teams met back on March the 27th. It was a win for University, 20-2. 2-1 pitch is up and in. That goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Long fly ball to left field. Anderson gets another chance. She makes the catch there, tagging at third, and coming home to score is Fajardo. The throw gets away at home plate. Coming to the plate from second base is De Los Rios, and she is tagged out for the 3rd out. That should be 3 outs. Thank you. Okay. Guerra flies out to left field. It ends up being a sacrifice fly that brings home Fajardo to make it 2-0 University. De Los Rios, seeing the throw get past at home plate, tried to score all the way from second, but she is thrown out on a good job of backing up the play. It was the catcher that got it to the pitcher to make the tag at home plate. So for University in the bottom of the first, they got 2 runs on 2 base hits. There was 1 Waco error, and nobody was left on base. We've completed 1 inning of play, and our score is University 2 and Waco High 0. Just 1 of the 2 runs in the inning will be earned as Fajardo reached on the error. Now Bailey Short goes back out to the circle to try to maintain that 2-0 lead. District 18 5A will be won this year by College Station. They have already finished their season. They're 12-0. Matter of fact, they're just behind us here at the complex, playing a warm-up game with a team out of the Keller ISD. They have finished their regular season schedule. Bryan will be the 2nd place team. They are 9-2 as they go into tonight's contest at home against Temple. Then you have a 3-way tie for 3rd place between University, Temple, and A&M Consolidated. They're all 5-6 entering play tonight. Consolidated is at home against Brian Rudder. As I understand it, a University win tonight secures them a playoff spot. So they're off to a good start here with the 2-0 lead in the first. Leading off for Waco High in the top of the second is the first baseman, Ashton Phillips. Short delivers down low for ball 1. Short gave up just a 1-out single in the first inning. Off speed is swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fly ball, left right side, it's foul, just barely. Our infield umpire moving around there. Late afternoon sun is setting behind the third base dugout and may cause some problems for the first baseman on any throws from the left side of the infield. Just until that sun goes down. I got a clear sky overhead. And a game time temperature of 71 degrees. Predominantly south wind blowing out towards center field at about 10 to 15. 1-2 pitch, apparently a little low. Goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Phillips will be followed by Jaden Graham and then Taylor Torres. 2-2 pitch on the ground to the shortstop Perales. Good throw across the diamond for out number 1. See that Guerra kind of shied away at the end of that one, looking into that sun, but a good throw from Perales retires Phillips for the first out. Now here's Jaden Graham.
Now batting number 5, Jaden Graham.
Short making sure that her defense is in position before she toes the rubber. There's a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Picture at the lower right-hand corner. Let you call balls and strikes if you like. Another ground ball to Perales. Throw is on the money for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down in the Waco second. Now here's Taylor Torres, the right fielder.
Now batting number 12, Taylor Torres.
First pitch hacking, foul tips it into the mitt for strike 1. Torres was a little early with that, so she gets a little instruction from head coach Lynn McNeil to move up in the front of the box. Lines this one toward the gap in right center field, and good job by the center fielder Luna to cut it off and hold Torres to a 2-out single.
Now batting number 10, Icy Anderson.
So with 2 outs and a runner at first, here's the 8-hole hitter Icy Anderson. It's the first pitch up the elevator shaft to the third baseman, and it's dropped in fair territory, so she'll throw to second base and record the out there. It ends up being a fielder's choice for Anderson, and Torres is erased 5-4 for the put out at second base. Waco High in the second, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left, headed to the bottom of the second inning. University has the lead on Waco High at 2-0. 2 innings pitched now for Bailey Short. She's given up a couple of singles. Has coaxed 2 fly ball outs and 3 ground ball outs to go along with a strikeout. University started off their season with a 20-3 win over Killeen, then lost to Fort Worth Southwest 2-0 before beating Tomball 5-4. Then dropped 3 in a row before going on a 4-game winning streak, which is the longest winning streak of the year for University. That started with a 13-2 win over Franklin. They needed 8 innings to defeat Navasota 5-4 before topping Centerville 5-2. And then edged West 4-3. That winning streak was stopped by Midway 14-0, but they turned right around and defeated Midway the next day 2-1 in 8 innings. They had 1 tie. This was in a tournament where they tied West 9-9. So they played West twice in the non-district schedule and beat them once and had a tie with them once. Mercedes Luna, the center fielder, will lead it off for the Lady Trojans here in the bottom half of the second inning. She'll be followed by Kaylin Estrada, and then pitcher Bailey Short.
Now batting number 15, Mercedes Luna.
Luna batting .284. Leads the team in runs scored with 23 and watches the first pitch down low for ball one. And it's ready with the next pitch. It's also low as it bounces in. It makes it 2 balls and no strikes on Mercedes Luna. She's collected 19 hits this year. This pitch is low and inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Takes that one in the heart of the plate for strike one. Three one pitch. Way high, ball 4. First walk issued by Cristiana Hernandez,
Now batting number 12,
who's University a leadoff base runner here in the second. And here's the catcher, Kaylin Estrada. 350 hitter. 21 hits on the year. First pitch is up high. The throw down on the stolen base goes into center field. And Luna will end up at third base. Stolen base gets her to second. And the error on the throw by the catcher sends her to third. So the third run just 60 feet away for the Lady Trojans, leading here in the bottom half of the second inning. Game is scheduled for 7. Estrada strips back into the right side. Watches a 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. 4 extra base hits for Estrada. They're all doubles. She can bring home Luna. It'll be her 9th RBI of the year. 2-0 pitch. That's low and inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Waco outfield with the wind blowing out, playing with their heels at the edge of the warning track. 3-0 pitch. Lifted foul down the left side. Estrada had the green light on 3-0. Waiting for the left fielder to get back into position. Three-one pitch. That's also fouled off. It causes Lynn McNeil to do a little dance in front of the Waco High dugout. She decides maybe it's a little safer behind the fence as opposed to outside the fence. Count full on Estrada. Payoff. Fouls that one off. She may have swung at ball 4, got a bit of the bat handle on it. A little over anxious to pick up that RBI. Good look at the runner at third, Luna. Another 3-2 offering. Off speed, lifted toward the shortstop and will fall in for a base knock. Texas League going to end up being a double. Is a good job of hustling into second base is Estrada. Brings home Luna with the third run, 3-0 University. And Estrada picks up her 9th RBI of the year. Well, here's Short. Watches the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Despite the error, that will be an earned run against Hernandez, as most likely Luna would have scored from second base on that double. Next pitch is swung and missed. That Ball tailing away from the bat of Bailey Short at the plate. Short hitting .333 on the year. Has collected 15 hits. Watches a pitch clip the outside corner. Go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stands in the very front corner of the batter's box on the left side with a closed stance. 1-2 pitch, low and away, gets past the catcher, and down to third base on the wild pitch will be Estradas. Count goes to 2-2. On Bailey Short. Ground ball. The pitcher will handle that and go to first base and get the out, and coming home to score will be Estrada. Give Short an RBI. It'll be her 5th of the season. The University is up 4-0. A wild pitch played into that one. 1 out, nobody on. Now here's the 9-hole hitter, Alexis Cervantes. It's from the right side. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The right fielder for the Lady Trojans hitting .286 on the year. That's in limited action. Stats show her with just 2 hits and 7 trips to the plate. Watches this pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the second, University with a 4-0 lead with 1 out and nobody on. 1-1 pitch on the ground toward the shortstop Mason. Her throw is in time to record the out for out number 2. That'll take us back to the top of the University batting order.
Now batting number 1, Ariana Perales.
That's Ariana Perales. She hammers the first pitch off the glove of the third baseman, Natalie Rodriguez. That's why they call it the hot corner. The ball will get to you in a hurry.
Now batting number 9,
I'll call that a too hot to handle single for Perales. Second hit of the inning. Put a runner on with 2 outs, and now here's Callista Luna. Excuse me, Lujan. She gets it past the shortstop, all the way out to the warning track. Perales will come around to score. It's an RBI double for Lujan, and makes it 5-0 in favor of University. Lujan gets her 3rd RBI this year. 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning for University. Here's Fajardo. Watches the first pitch inside for ball 1. 5-0 our score. University on top. That one's too high. Couple of extra base hits in the frame and a walk. This helped University plate 3 and be ahead 5-0. 2-0 pitch up the middle into center field. Lujan around second. She will score. RBI single for Fajardo. Her 2nd RBI in the game. Makes it 6-0 in favor of University.
Number 10, Veronica de los Rios.
Fajardo adds to her team-leading RBI total now with 23. 2-out rally here by University with 4 runs in the inning. First pitch is inside. There goes the runner down to the second base, and she's there with the stolen base. University running at will pretty much when they get to first base. That's the 3rd stolen base for the Trojans. 1-0 pitch. That's still high. 2 balls and no strikes. Veronica de los Rios, the 3rd baseman at the plate, her 2nd trip. 8th batter of the inning. She singled her first time up. Watches this pitch above the letters to go to 3 balls and no strikes. 2-1, says our home plate umpires the count. Now the next pitch is fouled off. That'll make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes on De Los Rios. Ground ball. Shortstop has it deep at the hole, or throw across the diamond, though, off the money. That will allow Fajardo to score from second base. And De Los Rios will go down to second base on the 2-base error. 5 runs now in the second, and a 7-0 lead for University.
Now batting, number 13, Destiny Guerra.
Ninth batter to bat in the frame is Destiny Guerra. Sacrifice fly to left fielder first time up, and she's hit by a pitch. She'll be at first base. And Mercedes Luna at the plate.
Batting, number 15, Mercedes Luna.
She started this inning with a walk and scored the first run of the frame. First pitch to her is up high for ball 1. Walk for Luna was her 7th that she's collected this year. That's the most walks collected by anybody on the team. 1-0. Fly ball towards shallow center field, going over as the center fielder Cervantes, and she's able to make the snow cone catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. The University puts 5 on the board. They do it on 3 base hits, aided by a couple of Waco errors, and there was 2 Trojans left on base. We've completed 2 innings of play, and our score is University 7 and Waco High 0. Coming up for Waco High in the top of the 3rd is Alyssa Cervantes, and then back to the top of the order, Christiana Hernandez and Mariah Mason. Again, this is the final game of the regular season for both teams. Waco High has had a rough year, 5-22 and winless in league play. There's not a game this year in league play that the Lady Lions did not yield double-digit runs. Started conference play against A&M Consolidated, losing that one 14-1, then came home to face Rudder and dropped a 15-2 decision. They were then shut out at Temple 12-0. College Station earned a 23-0 win before Waco went to Bryan and lost to the Vikings 13-0, and then finished off the first half of the round robin schedule with that 20-0 loss to University. Sorry, make that a 20-2 loss to University. Alyssa Cervantes will lead it off, the number 9 hitter for head coach Lynn McNeil.
5, Jaden Graham.
This is Alyssa Cervantes at the plate. First pitch is down low for ball 1. Bailey Short, starting pitcher, still on the mound for University, her 3rd inning of work. As this pitch popped up, foul territory, first base side, first baseman catcher, and it's the catcher who comes up with it. Kaylin Edwards right next to the screen, smiling big time with her first baseman Destiny Guerra after coming up with that pop-up in foul territory for the 1st out. First time through the batting order for Bailey Short. She's allowed no runs on a couple of singles with 1 strikeout and has not walked a batter. So now back to the top of the order, and Christiana Hernandez She was called out on strikes her first time up. First pitch slider hits the inside corner for strike one. And after a high fastball, couldn't lay off of it. No balls and 2 strikes on Hernandez. I'll take a little walk around. Oh, 2 pitch. Down low. 1 and 2. Two-one offering. That's down low. Goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. Just a bit low. Nice job by Estrada, the catcher, to try to frame that one to get the called 3rd strike. Did not happen. 3-2 pitch. On the ground over the pitcher into center field. Hernandez has her first base hit, the 3rd for Waco High. Here comes Mariah Mason, the shortstop. She singled her first time up. 7-0 our score in the top half of the 3rd inning. Fastball on the inside 3rd at the knees for strike 1 from Bailey Short to Mason. That pitch is a bit low, not far away from Estrada for Hernandez to try to go to second base. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That one misses outside. See that one on the picture-in-picture at the bottom right of your screen. It went over the inside line of the left-handed batter's box. Here's the 2-1. Swung and a miss. That Mason fooled a little bit with a changeup there. Swings of the pitch up around the letters and can't connect. Mason is out on strikes. That's the 2nd strikeout for Bailey Short. And out number 2 here in the Waco 3rd. Use it to Natalie Rodriguez to try to bring home that first run from first base. Hernandez is over there after a 1-out single. Rodriguez flew out to left field her first time up. Takes the first pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. Try to get it to swing and pitch upstairs, but Rodriguez lays off of that one. It goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun is just about to disappear behind the VA hospital. Fly ball, shallow center field. Going over toward left field is the center fielder Luna. She'll make the catch. And that's the 3rd out to retire Waco High in the 3rd. They get no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and our score is University 7 and Waco High nothing. For University in the bottom of the 3rd, it'll be the bottom 3rd of the batting order. Kaylin Estrada, Bailey Short, and Alexis Cervantes, the first 3. Trojans got 2 in the first, thanks to a 1-out single by Lujan. She stole second and then came home when Fajardo hit a fly ball to left field that was dropped by the left fielder. Fajardo ended up at second base. Brianna De Los Rios then brought Fajardo home with a single. And in the second inning, University sent 10 batters to the plate and scored 5 times. Mercedes Luna started off with a walk, stole second, moved to third on a throwing error by the catcher, and then came home on the double by Kaylin Estrada. A couple of ground ball outs helped Estrada score, and then Perales started a 2-out rally with a single. She came home on a Lujan double, Lujan's second hit of the game. Fajardo then singled to bring home Lujan. And that's how University has their 7 runs. Got 2 softball fields, 2 baseball fields here at the complex, along with the Waco ISD football stadium. This complex was purchased by Waco ISD sometime back in either the late 60s or early 70s. I know that the first baseball games played out here at Veterans Field, which is just beyond the center field wall here at this softball field, was back in 1972, because that's the year I graduated from Richfield High School. Prior to that, prior to my senior year, we played our games at what was known as Kiwanis Field down behind where Cesar Chavez Middle School is now. Those are now softball diamonds. Here's Estrada. She doubled and scored her last time up, leading off the bottom of the third for University. Watches the first pitch up high for ball 1. Hernandez, the starting pitcher, still in the circle for Waco. Delivers up high. 2 balls and no strikes. About 7 runs so far on just 5 hits. Has walked only 1 and struck out nobody. 2-0 count. Called a strike on the inside third at the letters. University trying to nail down a spot in the postseason with a win. This pitch is low and inside. Again, they're in a 3-way tie for 3rd place in District 18 5A starting the night, with Temple and A&M consolidated. Those 2 teams also on the field tonight. The 3-1. Lifted foul over toward the third base dugout, and it lands on top of the dugout. Our cameraman Tyrell McSpadden will retrieve that one. Good reactions by Tyrell to stay out of the way of that pop-up on top of the dugout. That's a shot from Tyrell's camera there. Three and 2 the count. On Estrada leading off the University 3rd inning. Payoff pitch is hit high in the air toward left field. Icy Anderson over toward the foul line will make the catch in fair territory for out number 1. That'll bring up the pitcher, Bailey Short. Gonna come back to the mound her first time up. Again, we'll top it up the first base line, but with the spin on it, it goes foul. Picked up in foul territory by the catcher, Yashira Jackson. Oh, 1 pitch from Hernandez is way high. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 pitch. That's also high as Hernandez misses the release point. Goes to 2-1. Short trying to start a 1-out rally for University here in the 3rd. Up 7-0. Back up the middle. That'll get into center field. Short has her first base hit of the night. 16th hit collected by Bailey Short this season.
Now batting number 21, Alexis Cervantes.
6th hit for the Lady Trojans tonight. Now here's the 9-hole hitter, Alexis Cervantes. Grounded out to shortstop her first time. Pops this one up at home plate. And a good job by Shira Jackson to turn her back to the infield, reach up and make the catch for out number 2. Well, here's the top of the order again, Ariana Perales.
Now batting
1 for 2 with a single and a run scored her last time up. First time up was a fly out to right field. Started the night hitting .543. First pitch is above the hands for ball 1. She's collected 39 hits on the year. That's tops on the club. Out of that, she has 16 extra base hits, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. 1-0. On the ground, past the shortstop, headed for the fence in left center field. Runner from first going to be stopped at third base. It's a double for Perales, and a 2-hit game puts 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Now batting number 9, Calista Lujan.
Brings Calista Lujan to the plate. Doubled her last time and brought home a run. Watches this pitch go high, gets past the catcher. Coming home to score is Short, and she'll dive in head first ahead of any tag to make it 8-0. On the pass ball. Perales does move to third base. Just 60 feet away with the 9th run. Lujan 2 for 2. It's a 1-hopper back to the pitcher. Nice job by Hernandez to handle that and get it to first base and retire the side. But for University in the 3rd, they come up with 1 run. They do it on 2 base hits. No University errors and no Waco errors, and 1 man left on base. After 3 innings, our score is University 8 and Waco High nothing. For Waco High in the top half of the 4th inning. They have the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate. They try to cut into an 8-0 deficit. Just mentioning that this complex was purchased sometime back in the either late 60s or early 70s. The baseball field that's just beyond the center field wall of this softball diamond was the first athletic field constructed out here. That first season back in 1972, it did not have any lights. And the fact that it had no lights came to play in a playoff game between Richfield High School and Houston Westchester High School. Houston Westchester that year had a junior pitcher by the name of David Clyde, who later pitched in the big leagues for the Texas Rangers, went straight from the high school mound his senior year in Houston to the big leagues. I'm sure if David still holds the national record for career strikeouts, but I can say I was one of those strikeouts that David Clyde collected in his high school career. Left-hander with a good fastball and a wicked curve.
Now batting number 1,
Shira Jackson leads it off for Waco here in the 4th. And it's Ashton Phillips and Jaden Graham. Jackson popped up to second base her first time up. Swings and misses the off speed for strike one. Oh, one. Taking in the heart of the plate for strike two. Miss Jackson thought that was low. I don't know. McNeil telling her to protect. The 0-2 pitch. Way high. Try to get her to chase something up the ladder. And see where it hit the backstop. Take the count to 1-2. Between innings, we'll acknowledge our crew from Waco ISD TV. Ground ball off the pitcher's glove over to the shortstop. The throw to first base is still in time, though, to get the out. And that is a 1-6-3 putout of Yashira Jackson. Hit it hard enough to glance it off the pitcher's glove, but a great job by the shortstop Perales to get in and pick it up and get the out. So here's Ashton Phillips. Grounded out to Perales at shortstop her first time up. Bailey Short looks into the dugout and waits for the signals from the coaching staff as to what pitch to throw. And delivers outside for ball one. Phillips, one of only two seniors on this Waco High team. Checks her swing. They appeal to first base. They say she checked it in time. 4 freshmen on the squad for Lynn McNeil this year. Just 11 players on the roster. 2-0 offering. Fouled off toward the University dugout first base side. Goes to 2-1. Cervantes a freshman, Graham a freshman, Guajardo a freshman, and Icy Anderson a freshman. Playing for Lynn McNeil this year. 2-1 pitch, just a bit low. Now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Ashton Phillips, trying to become a 1-out base runner for Waco here in the 4th, trailing 8-0. Up high, ball 4. First walk given up by Bailey Short. th walk she's issued this year. She's issued now 30 walks against 21 strikeouts on the year. Here's Jaden Graham, a ground out to shortstop her first time. First pitch is up high for ball 1. University has used 2 other pitchers this year, Destiny Guerra and Rebecca Fajardo. Guerra has logged the most innings, 76 innings pitched this year, but she's playing first base in this one. 1-0. Took something off of that one to get it over for a strike on the inside third. 1 ball and 1 strike. University with an 8-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Waco High with a runner at first base with 1 out. 1-1 pitch, bounces in. Scooped up nicely by Estrada, the catcher. The 2-1 pitch is just a little tall. It makes it 3-1. Again, the Waco baseball team playing in College Station tonight. That game's headed to the bottom of the 5th, and Waco High has a 3-1 lead on College Station. That pitch is right in the heart of the plate. Goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. I hear some music in the background. That's coming from the other softball field here. A warm-up game going on there. That pitch misses low and outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Bailey Short. Gives Waco High a chance to put something on the board here in the 4th. Taylor Torres, scheduled hitter, conference in the circle. The entire infield is meeting while Taylor Torres has a offensive conference with head coach Lynn McNeil.
Now batting number 12, Taylor Torres.
Torres bats in the 7th spot. She singled her first time up. She's collected 1 of 3 hits for Waco High in the game. Runner at second is Phillips. Graham's at first. First pitch is called a strike. Off the upper part of the zone on the outside third. The 0-1. Swung on a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Icy Anderson waits on deck. 0-2 pitch. Swung and miss, strike 3. Short gets her 3rd strikeout. Out number 2 here in the 4th. And now it's Anderson who has to come through. Waco High is going to put anything on the board here in the 4th. Into a fielder's choice her first time. Chokes up on the bat about 2 inches. Watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. After Jackson grounded out off the pitcher, back-to-back walks set up a potential rally for Waco High, but a Torres strikeout has diminished that idea. Now this pitch is popped up right side in foul ground. It's going to fall between the right fielder and second baseman. There's not enough communication there. Easier play for the right fielder to get to and make the catch, but the infielders will always go after it until they're called off. That one just falls in foul territory for strike 1. There are some official scores that would give that an error. Since I'm the official score for myself in this game, I do not give an error unless this batter gets on base, and then you issue a team error. The 1-1. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Still short now, a strike away from getting out of a little bit of a self-made jam here when she walked 2 after recording the first out. I don't know if that shot off the glove that was recorded for a 1-6-3 putout shook her up any, but she walked the next 2 batters after that. A 1-2 pitch. Fly ball toward right center field. Center fielder Luna over to make the catch for the 3rd out. And that retires the side. Waco High in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no University errors, and 2 runners left on base. Head to the bottom of the 4th with our score. University 8 and Waco High nothing. Trojans could end this one early on the 10-run rule with 2 runs in the inning, and they have 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order coming to the plate. A good look at the huddle there with the head coach, Karen Ramirez, and assistant coach, First Sergeant Leonard Montalongo, talking to the Lady Trojans about, most likely about getting the 2 runs and putting this one away and getting ready for the postseason. That's what a win will do for University, is send them playoff bound. I believe that these young ladies are enjoying this artificial turf in the first season it's been installed here at the softball facilities. Both fields got the artificial surface treatment. Same with the baseball diamond behind center field. At least the infield part is now artificial surface. Not only the infield, but the what appears to be dirt on the infield, as also the pitcher's mound on the baseball diamond is artificial surface. So if you get any rain, you got a pretty good chance of getting your ball club in. There you see the pitcher circle where you got the pellets coming through where the pitchers drag their feet. guess the softball pitchers have a whole lot to deal with because it's a flat surface in the circle, but the baseball pitchers coming down a slope on the pitcher's mound. I asked University pitcher Dylan Chapman if he felt any difference on an artificial surface mound as opposed to a dirt mound. And he said the only thing he didn't like is he couldn't dig a hole in front of the pitcher's plate to be able to push off of. Otherwise, he said he didn't have any landing problems sliding on the artificial surface. Here's Rebecca Fajardo. She has reached base twice and scored twice, and watches the first pitch up high for ball one. Reached on an error in the first and scored. Singled home a run and scored in the second. A 1-0. It's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. University looking for some base runners here in the fourth. See if they can't plate those 2 more runs that will earn them the victory in a run rule game. Ground ball, foul, third base side. Now, one thing I have noticed about these artificial surfaces on runners that are sliding, they will slide further on this artificial surface than they will on the dirt. So you got to start your slide earlier, otherwise you might slide past the bag at second. 2-1 pitch, that's low and inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's not only at the high school level, I've seen that in artificial surfaces in college baseball. First time I saw that was at Manhattan, Kansas. 3-1 pitch. Line drive right to the third baseman, Natalie Rodriguez. Caught that knee high. That's why you put somebody with great reactions at the hot corners. Good look at the smile by Rodriguez. She says, nothing to that. Just a fly ball, right?
Now batting number 10, Veronica.
Well, the line out by Fajardo's out number 1. Now here's Veronica de los Rios. She's been on both times. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. He singled in the first inning. Reached on an error by the shortstop in the second. Hernandez toes the rubber. Line shot, but the shortstop grabs at the waist on the backhand side. The University has had a couple of nice bids, but hit atom balls. One at third base, one at shortstop. It's left to Destiny Guerra to start a 2-out rally. Just look at Mariah Mason after catching that line shot. That hits her. She's hit by a pitch which will allow the potential winning run to come to the plate. I apologize to the crew for not acknowledging their presence during the last half inning. I'll try to do that
Now batting number 15,
at the end of this inning. First pitch is up high off the catcher's glove, and Guerra will go down to second base on the pass ball. Mercedes Luna walked and scored in the second, and then flying out to center field to end that second inning. That's the only time she's been to the plate, is twice in the second inning when University sent 10 batters to the plate. 1-0 pitch is up high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Guerra getting a nice lead out at second base. She'll be going to McLennan next year along with Fajardo, be a part of Coach O's team. This pitch down low, gets away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, Guerra will move down to third base. Now just 60 feet shot. Well, they're going to send her back to second base. I'm not sure why. Oh, it was a hit batter. I'm sorry, I did not see the ball hit the batter. So the dead ball will send Luna to first base, and that'll send Guerra back to second. And now Lynn McNeil out to the circle to talk to her pitcher. maybe hone her in on her mechanics. But University has the winning runs on base, and Kaylin Estrada at the plate. She has doubled and scored. And then a fly ball out to left field. Len McNeil gets her instructions across to her pitcher.
Now batting number 12, Kaylin Estrada.
Estrada started the night hitting .350. That'll raise a little bit with her 1 for 2. It's the first pitch foul. That one's headed for the parking lot. .22 hits collected for Estrada now on the year. That includes 5 doubles. Watches this pitch up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guerra's at second. Luna is at first. Pitch is low and inside. Gets away from the catcher. That's going to allow Guerra to move down to third base, and Luna will follow down to second. So now both runners in scoring position. Anything to the outfield might end it. That's high and inside. Once again gets away from the catcher Jackson, but this time not so far that the runners can advance. Estrada ahead in the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. There are 2 outs. We go high trying to get it to the 5th before the run rule. Ground ball foul over toward the Waco dugout, third base side. Estrada turned on an inside pitch, got it off the bat handle. Well, the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Here comes the money pitch, fouled off. May have swung at ball 4, but she did not want to leave it to the umpire. Would like to bring home those runs and earn some RBI. Picked up 8 RBI this year already. Fly ball foul left side, way out in front still. She's got 9 RBI with 1 in this game so far, so she's looking for numbers 10 and 11 here that could maybe end the contest. Another 3-2 pitch. Line shot toward left field. The left fielder, though, will have it measured. And Icy Anderson makes the catch for the 3rd out to retire University in the 4th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We've completed 4 innings, and our score is University 8 and Waco High nothing. Now let's take the time to acknowledge our crew from Waco ISD TV that is handling our technical end tonight. Our cameras include Leslie Ugaldi over at first base. Also have Tyrell McSpadden up on the 3rd base dugout. That's a shot from Tyrell's camera. There you see Tyrell up on top of the Waco High dugout. Jesse Maldonado is also on the first base side, or 3rd base side. You can see him in the lower right-hand corner, manning a camera behind the 3rd base coach's box. Those are our 3 camera angles. Then in the truck, we have Ricky Mazza and David Ellis. David Ellis is, there you see the truck. David is taking care of graphics tonight. Ricky Mazza is our technical director, and of course our executive director of Waco ISD TV is Jesse Patea. Many thanks to the guys and gals who help us bring you the sights and sounds of Waco ISD athletics. On to your television screens by way of cable, or you can also catch it at the Waco ISD website, wacoisd.org. You can look for the Waco ISD TV department, and many of the games are archived there. I think you can also find a YouTube channel if you'll go to YouTube and Google and YouTube Waco ISD. Many of the games from Waco ISD TV archived there as well. Waco High in the top half of the 5th inning has 9-1-2 coming to the plate. Starting pitcher Bailey Short back out in the circle.
Now batting number 3, Alyssa Cervantes.
Alyssa Cervantes will lead it off, the center fielder. Popped up to the catcher her first time around. Waiting for a softball to be retrieved from the outfield before we get things underway here. Now apparently we have some problems for our catcher, Kaylin Estrada. She goes over the dugout and she forgot the wristband that tells her what pitch to call. Can't do without that. Wristbands are a new thing to me. They did not have such a thing, not even sweatbands when I was playing. Of course, that was back in the Stone Age. His first pitch is down low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Next pitch is down low. Cervantes chokes up on the bat about 3 to 4 inches. I don't know if that's to just try to poke the ball somewhere, or if she just has a bat too long for her. But definitely gets a little better control that way. 2-0 pitch is on the ground. One hop to the first baseman, Guerra. She'll turn around and step on the bag and retire Cervantes for out 1. Here's the top of the order, Cristiana Hernandez.
Now batting number
She's collected
1,
one of the 3 hits for Waco High, and she singled her last time up. She's 1 for 2 with a strikeout her first time at the plate. It's the first pitch on a one-hopper back to short at the pitcher's mound. She'll throw over to Guerra and retire Hernandez 1-3 for out number 2.
Now batting number 4, Mariah Mason.
That's 6 ground ball outs now, coaxed by Bailey Short. She faces the shortstop Mariah Mason, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Her single game back in the first. First pitch is right in the heart of the plate for strike 1. That one stays a little low to take it to 1 ball and 1 strike. University got 2 in the first, 5 in the second, and 1 in the third for their 8 runs. Waco High is still looking to hit the scoreboard. Foul ball, right side out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bailey Short looking for her 4th strikeout of the game against a couple of walks. Those walks came back to back with 1 out in the 4th, but she was able to wiggle off the hook with a strikeout and a flyout. 1-2 pitch. On the ground, Guerra has it flagged, will step on the bag, and that will retire Waco High in the 5th as they get no runs. There's no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Head to the bottom of the 5th, and our score remains University 8 and Waco High nothing. Bailey Short now has worked 5 innings and allowed no runs on 3 hits. She walked the 2 and struck out the 3. All 3 hits she gave up were singles. There's Tyrell McSpadden. Daredevil working without a net. Up on top of the third base dugout. A good look at the scoreboard here at Waco ISD's softball complex. As the Lady Lions take the field for the bottom half of the fifth. University sends the bottom two in the order here in the fifth inning. Bailey Short, Alexis Cervantes, and then back to the top of the order in Perales. Once again with a chance to shorten the game on the run rule. If they can get a couple of runs. Two other games going on in District 18 5A tonight. And they involve the two teams that University is tied with for third place in the district standings. Temple is on the road at Bryan, while A&M Consolidated is at home against Rudder. Consolidated playing a team below them in the standings, as Rudder is 4-22 on the year and 3-8 in district play. Temple taking on Bryan, taking on a team ahead of them in the standings. Bryan 22-12 on the year, 9-2 in league play. Temple starts tonight 10-11 on the season and 5-6 in the league. And all University cares about is the win here, and that will put them in the postseason. The pitcher Bailey Short will start it off. She singled and scored her last time up. She also hit a ground ball back to the pitcher, so 1 for 2 on the night. First pitch is high and outside for ball one. Short's tied for the team lead in triples with 2, along with Perales and De Los Rios. 1-0, high and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Hernandez has gone the distance on the hill for Waco High. It's her 5th inning of work. 2-0 pitch is upstairs. That's 3 balls and no strikes. Three balls, no strikes on Bailey Short. Pitch bounces in. And Short's aboard on the walk. Just the second free pass given up by Hernandez. She has also hit a couple of batters, so 4 free bases allowed by Hernandez tonight. It brings up Lindsay Abraham, pinch hitting for Alexis Cervantes. In the 9 spot, she squares the bunt and misses the ball for strike 1. Abraham hitting .280 on the year. All 7 of her hits are singles. She's also scored 6 times and has an RBI. That's high and inside, jumps out of the way, takes it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Hernandez rocks back in the 1-1. That's bunted right out in front of home plate, and they say it's a foul ball. Apparently it hit off the batter while she was in the batter's box. My position in the press box could not necessarily tell that. That's what is ruled, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fly ball toward the gap in right center field, and it will fall at the base of the wall for at least a double. Short around third, she will score. An RBI double by Abraham makes it 9-0 in favor of University. As Abraham collects her first extra base hit of the year and brings home her 9th, make that her 2nd RBI of the season. Now here's Ariana Perales, runner at second and nobody out. The first pitch is up and in for ball 1. 2 for 3 on the night for Perales. That'll help her season average of .543. leading average coming into the game for University. Doubled her last time to the plate. The 1-0 pitch is high and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So the leadoff walk comes back to haunt Christiana Hernandez. She gives up the 9th run of the game. Again, misses upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Pitching very careful to Perales. Calista Lujan waiting on deck. The 3-0 pitch is swung out and fouled off. Perales anxious to put the ball in play. Swings at the 3-0 offering. 2 hits tonight gives Perales 40 hits on the year. That's the most by anybody for the Trojans, and her double was her 12th, which is also the most. He sends this one to center field. It'll fall in for a base hit. The runner from second, Abraham, comes home to score. It's an RBI single for Perales, and it will end the game on the 10-run rule as Perales goes 3 for 4 on the night, picks up the game-winning RBI, and will send University to the playoffs by winning tonight over Waco High by a score of 10-0. 10 runs on 9 hits for University. They committed no errors, and they left 6 runners on base. For Waco High, they get no runs on 3 hits. They committed 3 errors, and they left 3 runners on base. Bailey Short will be the winning pitcher for University. She is 4-0 on the season, and Christiana Hernandez will suffer the loss. So Waco High ends their season 5-23 on the year, 0-12 in district play. University will head off to the playoffs as they even their season mark at 12 wins, 12 losses, and a tie, and they are even in conference play at 6-6. So congratulations to Karen Ramirez and the University Lady Trojans as they head to the postseason thanks to a run rule victory over Waco High tonight, 10-0. I want to thank our crew from Waco ISD TV for coming out and bringing you the sights and sounds of Waco ISD softball. Until next time, I'm Lark Smith bidding you a good night from Veterans Field.